What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Terrell. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when we have all of our tea talks. Make sure you hit it twice now. Hit it twice. 1, 2. There you go. If so happens you want to visit us in our warrior community, by all means, you're absolutely welcome to do that. All of that information will be in the description box down below. So that way you're able to join us. My bad, y'all. I felt like I had some wine on my lip. So speaking of wine, get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is you sipping on, and bring it close. Now, like I said, if you are part of our warrior community, there has been some bulletins posted in regards to our filming and broadcasting schedule. So we are doing Tuesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that way you're able to catch our tea talks. Now, what I want to talk about is a very interesting topic. Excuse me. And so this interesting topic is one that we all need to pay very close attention to. And we need to pay close attention to it because it will really help you distinguish who you're talking to and how you're talking to them. The reason why I say that is because I recently had I guess you could say a tea talk mishap. I don't know. With someone close to me. And, you know, more or less, I understand everyone has their own perspective. I'm not a person to intentionally hurt anyone's feelings. However, if it's a trigger, then there's a plethora of videos I've made to kind of help us be on the same page. That's not me gaslighting, and that's not me insulting anyone. That's just me. Come on, y'all know me. We family. So when I want to tea talk about this really helped me open my eyes to the level as to where my conversation is. That's the best way I can put it to you. Okay, so we need to tea talk about respect. We need to tea talk about boundaries, because the reason why I say this is because I did a video on how to set boundaries over maybe a year ago, because I think we're going into our second year having this channel. But I feel like me revisiting that lesson brought on this one, and so the universe always brings me a second example, a third example, just off of the strength of, I don't second guess my God. I don't second guess the Lord at all. But I know me. And I know when he see my name pop up on our caller ID, on that picture, he be, Lord, what does Miss Terrell want? What? Can I raise my hand? Okay, I know how I am. I know how I can be when I think things are too good to be true. And that's not me saying that you're not doing whatever it is that you want to manifest for me. But what I request is that you send me maybe a second or a third clue. Let it be godly and like you, so that way I know it's coming from the highest of the high, not someone trying to bring me the lowest of the low. You feel me? So when it comes to stuff like that, respect and boundaries, sometimes you need all those instances and trials for it to become apparent to you, right? And so for me, it's always been a thing of me not becoming a product of my environment. It was always a thing of me wanting to manifest the life that I wanted. And so back home in Newport News, Virginia, you can ask Allen Iverson, you can ask Marcus Vick, Michael Vick, you can ask their mama Brenda. My folks went to school with all of them. You feel me? Even the head coach of the Steelers, the black dude, I forgot his name, but my dad went to school, played football with all of them. Hell, my mama and my aunt used to sit there and babysit Brenda's kids, Marcus and Malcolm, Marcus and Michael. You feel me? So even then, like, my dad played with Allen Iverson. So for me to learn ball is just like, wow. And I learned ball at a very young age, between ball, tennis, and culinary arts. That's what paid for college. But nonetheless, all of them can tell you there was either one or two ways up out of there from down bottom. And there's only two ways to get out of bad news. It's either the streets or you play ball. And my daddy threw me at basketball real quick. When I say real quick, 28 points per game, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 Child, let me tell you something. I don't do When I tell you, he was like, yo, you either gonna get out or you gonna stay here. But if you stay here, that's gonna be your own fault. So I played ball. Anything with a ball, I played with. Pause. But no, tennis, basketball, that was my thing. I did track to condition, but I was, outside of basketball and tennis, that's my shit right there. So anyhow, speaking of that, you know what I'm saying? On both teams, you have teammates. So let's think of those as triggers. And so, when someone knows they're putting a ball in a court, or they're putting it on a person that they really don't know their abilities or their capabilities, especially if they don't want to be a product of their environment, no more do you know what you're getting yourself into with that person, you also don't know their response. And what's understood does not need to be talked about. So I feel when it comes down to this Tea Talk topic of respect, there's one or two things, that go into this video, but they're also parallel to the other how to set boundaries video that I made. And let's think of it like this. When you set a boundary, you either going to have folks that are going to respect it, or you're going to have people that challenge it. One of those is going to make you feel comfortable, or they're going to make you feel confident. They're going to embrace your confidence. They're going to empower your confidence. But then you have that other raggedy ass group that's going to be like, you don't tell me what to do. You don't try. They're just inferior to your superior. And sometimes the thing that makes us so superior in our demeanor is our boundaries. You haven't noticed someone that will introduce or bring somebody up in a conversation, and how they describe that person is, yeah, they cool, they just don't take no shit. I'm one of those people. I am those people. And so when it comes down to it, folks know, like, I'm not a person to disrespect and cross folks' lines. I may be a person to challenge them, but it's not in the way of disrespecting, but it's also in the way of, ain't no but, it's just in the way of knowledge. I'm going to challenge what you know, because maybe I don't. I come off as innocent as a ladybug. But if you're not paying attention, you driving in traffic, that bitch would damn near make you want to risk your life. So at the end of the day, you either going to challenge my boundary or you're going to respect it. But what I'm not going to do is explain to you why I decide not to be a product of my environment. So you find folks that, as much as you love them, they may still be in that mental environment. Just because they're not in the physical environment doesn't mean they're not in the mental environment still. Mental warfare is the worst prison, y'all. It is the worst prison. And I honestly feel that if people were to be more open on a non-judgmental, non-stereotypical level, just on a level of like, look, hurt people, but just because you don't decide to heal in the same area doesn't mean that you deserve to still walk around wounded. Even if it so happens to be mental, you don't deserve to be in that mental warfare. If you can get your body out, you can get your mind out. It's easier to get your mind out than I feel like it should be able to get you physically out. But I can understand if it's as taxing as the other one is. But when people decide to challenge your boundaries, it's time for you to take a step back. It don't mean that you love them any less. It's just, I love myself a bit more than I love the boundary being violated. Because if it can't be violated, that means it's not respected. There's no such thing as there's to be understood boundaries. And someone says, oh, I didn't know I triggered that mind. Bitch, what? How do you not know? How do you not know? We'll figure it out. Figure it out when I go my separate way. I had a friend when I first moved down here to North Carolina say something to me that made all the sense in the world. And I still take it with me to this day. Shouts out to Mo. And so I remember one time I got into a tobacco with one of my family members, and he came over and he said, well, look, I need you to really think about this. Think about what you're doing, because as much as what you feel like what you're doing is helping you, it's not. At some point, at some time, people know what they're doing. And when they're deciding to challenge who you are, not facing the fact of you're a person that has the ability to stand up for themselves, you don't need to go and retaliate or do anything, because see, they know the why as to why you're not coming around. That's enough to eat anybody up if they understood how gentle you are. Now look, y'all, don't be trying to send me no DMs trying to put all that spell shit on me, because trust me when I tell you, I got a number of videos to see you coming from afar. But anyway, I digress. So he's just like, look, if you want to go and do this and you want to go do that, I need you to think about it. And then understand that when you think about it, the best torture is you just going by your business. Because see, when they don't know what's going on with you and you not caring about them, that lets it be known there's no forgiveness that needs to be made. It's just progress at this point. And I listened to him, and I went against his odds. And so things unfolded and it happened how it happened. Like, it is what it's going to be. But I'm not, just because I come around and mind my business don't mean that I'm not a person that demands respect. It's more or less, if I come around and mind my business and I love you, it's not for you to, mishandle that. But at the end of the day, this goes right back to the boundaries. I don't care how much someone loves you. I don't care how much someone tries their best to show you physically, that y'all on the same page. That verbal means just as much as that physical. It has to match. I can't stand when I hear people say, well, you know what, I'd rather you show me than tell me. No, boo-hoo, queen. I want to see both. Okay? I don't want to hear nothing about someone two-stepping and two-toeing and two-timing. There's just too many twos in there. Let it be out there and in the open. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm a little bit older, I've realized that when it comes down to respect, yeah, you're either going to respect it or you're going to challenge it. Now, if so happens this is a thing where you're challenging it because you're not wanting to be mindful and grow up to see me to not be the same person who I was the last time you saw me, then it's on that person. I have nothing to harp about. But if it's a thing of me challenging your authority, understand there's a cause and effect for everything. And people don't realize that. A lot of people are used to the fact of, I can go and deal with this person and they'll let me walk all over them and do all this other type stuff, because 9 times out of 10 they need you, they want you, you're something they never had, and they're bonded to you. But what they don't understand is, I just did a video on this about being bonded and being connected. When you're connected, there's a respect there. There's an honesty there. There's a loyalty there that is solidified. It's gonna take more than Gorilla Glue and some Dove to get that disconnected. But where you can cause a disconnect is if when you continue to talk to people, converse with people, and you realize the more you converse with them, Do you ever feel your energy going down? Do you ever feel as if like you're rolling your eyes in the back of your head? Do you just feel as if like it's just exhausting when they come across your caller ID? You let me know. Because things like that, there's a pending line, there's a hairline there where you got to think about your respect and your lines and your boundaries. If I feel a headache coming in between my eyebrows when you pop up, show up, call, all that type of stuff, I'm not answering. I'm just not answering. And if it's a thing of, oh, you respect the outside but you don't respect the boundaries of my inside, I'm not dealing with you either. The thing about being an adult I've learned is that you don't have to deal with things. I mean, you can tell someone don't talk to you like that, but how far does that go if someone's really a person that has hatred in them? You can tell them all you want to, they're still going to do it. What you're failing to realize is, even with respect, you still have the ultimate control. Because if this person is not treating you how you want to be treated, who says that you owe it to them to still deal with them? You ain't scared of them, are you? They don't pay your bills, do they? Do they love on you intimately? Oh, they feed you? At some point, those things, if you can do them for yourself and someone doesn't respect you, you can move on. Because as long as you're self-sufficient, and hear me when I say this, as long as you're self-sufficient, you can afford to not deal with somebody. So, y'all let me know what y'all think. And I will see y'all on the next Tea Talk. Be sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. I will see some of y'all this week in the Warrior community for our Tea Talk book club meeting. We are almost finished with our Tea Talk read for the first quarter. We're about to go into our second quarter. So I'm super, super excited. Everyone's seeming to love the notes. I'm seeming to love every week having something else to talk about, to help us manifest, to help us give two less shits about things that don't matter and shouldn't occupy our minds, our hearts, our emotions, and our spirituality if it does not serve a purpose. If you want to know what type of book we talking about, go over to the Patreon community so that way you get to know. Outside of that, I will talk to y'all on the next Tea Talk. So wash your hands, including your thumbs, bitch. And I will see y'all later. Bye.
The depths of the media sees no evil. Buildings crashing 9/11, no sake for the people. Children take to everything, others willing to feel anything, just to say they were there. Boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, domestic violence. Do you care? When the curtains close, your head hangs low. You're wishing someone was there. Just turn to me for relief. I know how you feel. I am you. You are me. We share symptoms of the black sheep. Aren't you aware?
This image, I remember howling winds, nights trying to hustle to 10 degrees, ash on my knuckles. Coke in my long john, sipping on the brisk. A tall glass, a nigga, please, who get a sip of this? Coke in my long john, slave to the sin. Call me young coke there if the cops try to frisk. I may get a grip, I may get a grip. I may slopping 20s, lots of tails and some shrimp. I used to bump Wayne all day as a pimp, now I'm past Wayne Drake and going in.